この大きなこの小さな
Hey everyone, it's Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
Today is November 18th. We're looking at page 40 and 41, The Return of the Drive-In.
今天我们要讲的主题呢，很好玩哦。它讲的是 drive-in, the return of the drive-in. 如果你提到 the return of something， 就是什么东西回来了，回归。我第一个想到会是那个电影的 The Return of the Mummies.
Oh, I was going to say The Return of the Jedi.
Jedi, yeah. That one too.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
That's right.
The Return of the Enjoy English School.
Yeah， 所以说你会常常看到 The Return of Something 变成这个电影的标题，对不对？在这边的话，我们的标题是 The Return of the Drive-In。Drive-In 就是 Drive-in Theaters 的这个一种形态，也就是我们说的露天汽车电影院。我们赶快来看看今天的内容吧。
All right, let's get ready for paragraph 1. Drive-in theaters are exactly what they sound like. A movie theater that people drive their cars into.
OK， 开门见山就告诉你到底什么叫做 drive-in theaters。他说 ，driving theaters are exactly what they sound like， 就像你在字面上听起来的感觉一样。A movie theater， 它是一个电影院。That people drive their cars into， 就是你可以汽车开进这个电影院的，就是我们的 drive-in theaters.
People then stay in their cars to watch the movie, or often 2 movies in a row before driving away.
好，接下来就告诉你了。People then stay in their cars to watch the movie， 他们就可以待在他们自己的汽车里面去看电影。Or 好，那么括号里面讲到说 ，or often 2 movies in a row， 就是甚至是一次连续看2部片子。Before driving away， 这边要特别注意一下 ，before driving away， 其实本来是 before they drive away， 但这里的 they 的话跟前面 people 是重复的，所以干脆就把 they 杀掉，然后把 drive 改成 driving， 这样的话会是一种比较简化而简洁的说法。
Highlight this in a row. We like to say this a lot in English, but if we only have 2 things in a row, we can also say back to back. So we could say watch the movie or often 2 movies back to back.
指的是连看2集的意思。很多时候你会在那些像是 Netflix 或是电影上面就是电视上面看到说连播2集，它会讲 back to back， 可以当形容词，可以当副词。
Drive-in theaters are combined with drive-through snack bars or restaurants.
好，接下来告诉你咯。Driving theaters are combined with， 也就是这种露天汽车电影院呢，它还会伴随着combine 这个字是结合了什么什么东西，还会用 with 来搭配。后面写的是 drive-through snack bars or restaurants。各位可能对于这种得来速越来越熟悉了，对不对？还会伴随着很多其他的一些买东西的那种零食贩卖部啦，或者甚至餐厅，你可以开进来之后，买了一些餐点、爆米花东西，然后呢，再到露天汽车电影院里面一边看一边吃。
It's a fun, convenient way to watch the latest movies.
然后最后告诉你 ，It's a fun, convenient way to watch the latest movies。如果你要看最新的电影的话，这也是一种很特别、很有趣 （fun） 或是 convenient 非常非常方便的一种方式来追上最新的电影。
I love the drive-in. I love the drive-in. Every year I go see my family in America. We are going to the drive-in at least once, usually 2 or 3 times.
What do you like the most about the drive-in theater?
Everything. The drive-in is the best, okay? So number 1, I come from a colder place. So in summer, the weather's very nice. Maybe 那个白天 maybe 30-31度而已. But at like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, 就开始黑暗的时候，我住很北边的一个地方. It's dark at like 9 p.m. So 8 o'clock, it's still bright out, like daylight. The temperature then is only like 25 degrees.
Oh.
比较舒服, and you just sit outside, you like sit with your friends, you play, bring a football, bring a frisbee, and you just hang out and eat snacks, and then you're going to watch two really good movies. It's such a fun time. I love the drive-in.
老师呢，他自己住在水牛城，那在白天的话，也许是30几度，对不对？但是到了晚上，天色慢慢暗下来了之后呢，好，你有机会在这个地方跟其他朋友们一起玩耍，然后最后一起看一场好电影，或是2场好电影，感觉真的超棒的。
You have to get to the drive-in about 30 minutes before the movie starts because all the cars have to park. And then you got to get your snacks. It takes a while to get ready. So before the movie starts, it's like a little party. It's really fun.
没错，所以说今天大家的话，因为要开车进来嘛，在电影开演的前几个小时，大家陆续就会把车开进来，站好了位，所以说那种感觉就像参加一个小 party 一样，然后大家开车进来，临时准备好，然后准备了之后还可以边等边玩耍，等到电影开幕的时候，大家都很期待。
But the thing that makes the drive-in so interesting also, it hurt it in the long term. And that's that you can only watch movies at night. So 如果就是我说水牛城在夏天，你要9点晚上才可以看第一部电影。The second movie starts at 11:30, 12 o'clock. Like you can only show 2 movies a day, right? So how do they make money? And the truth is, 很多那个 drive-in 都没办法了，他们倒闭了。They went out of business.
没错，因为事实上露天电影院，你想象一下，之所以在电影院里面你白天可以看电影，是因为你在室内嘛，然后外面太阳这么大，一定要等到9点钟，太阳都真的下山了，真的够暗了才能播。所以通常在这种露天电影院，尤其在老家这个 Buffalo 这个地方，一天只能播2部。9点钟开场第一场，然后第2场可能是11点半，播完都很晚了，其实很难赚得到钱。
对，然后你还没有吃晚餐，你明天可能要工作，所以不是像那个电影院，maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can show early movies. But most people gotta work during the week, even in summer. So many days during the week, you don't have full drive-ins.
真的是这样，所以说今天要经营一个露天电影院，本来就是一件很辛苦的事情哦。
All right, let's get ready for paragraph 2 here. The first drive-in theaters appeared in the early 20th century, but they peaked in popularity between the late 1940s and the early 1960s.
OK， 来，我们看第2段的第1句话，他就讲到说 ，the first drive-in theaters， 好的，第一批这种露天电影院呢，出现的时间是 in the early 20th century， 大概在20世纪初的时候，好开始出现的。But they peaked in popularity between the late 1940s and the early 1960s。好，它出现的时间是在20世纪初，在19XX年，对不对？然后到后来真正开始被大家开始喜欢，然后受欢迎了，是到了1940年代的后期，在1948、49年的时候，一路到了这个1960年的早期，这段时间开始非常非常多人在开始看这个露天电影院。
The first drive-in theater opened in 1933 in New Jersey. There was this guy, Richard M. Hollingshead, and he nailed a screen to some trees in his yard, and he had some speakers and just played it. He just made like this idea of a drive-in theater, and it was a little successful, but it went out of business soon after. But the second drive-in theater ever to open is still in business today.
OK， 所以呢，第一个这个开放的这个电影院呢，也就是露天电影院，是由这个 Richard
and
Hollingston 这位先生他所创立的，他就在自家的后院里面去钉了那个荧幕，对不对？然后再开始做，然后做了不久了之后，后来因为经营不下去，就只好倒闭了。然后到后来第2家这个露天电影院呢，一直到现在都还是继续在经营、在营业的哦。
I like Richard M. Hollingshead what he did. 他把那个投影机，他就放在他的车的上面。
Yeah， 对，车上面这样去拍，
好方便哎。All right, let's continue here. Going to a drive-in. Underline this. Going to a drive-in was an entertaining and comfortable way to spend an evening.
好，接下来告诉你说 ，going to a drive-in， 好，这个 drive-in 当然指的是 drive-in theater， 好 ，a drive-in theater， 去到这个汽车露天电影院呢 ，was an entertaining， 非常非常有娱乐效果，非常有娱乐性的。And comfortable way to spend an evening 是一个非常舒服又非常具有娱乐性的这种方式来度过你的夜晚。
Okay, look at the sentence. Going to a drive-in. 我们这边不可以说 go to a drive-in was. 为什么？这个 going to a drive-in 是我们的助词。 subjects in English have to be nouns, or we can use a verb and make it a gerund. So go to a drive-in. 当你主持这样子不行，后面一定要加一个 ing, or you just use another noun.
没错，所以在这里的话，如果你发现到说 go 跟后面的 was 两个如果都动词形态会打架的话，你就把前面当主词的变成 going， 这样就不会打架了。
The option was particularly popular for couples on a date since they could get some privacy that an indoor theater didn't offer. Ooh la la.
哦，所以在这边的话，他说 the option was particularly popular for couples on a date。光是看前面这一块啊，你会发现到说，在当时呢，有非常非常多人约会呢，就选在这种露天汽车电影院来约会。我记得好像有一些老歌，他就会讲到这个 drive-in show， 好像 Casablanca， 对，他就有提到这个他们坐在这个雪佛兰这个车子里面，然后呢看着这个露天电影，然后那种感觉很微妙，因为事实上你在车里面有一种单独的那种氛围嘛，所以容易让那个爱苗滋长的感觉。所以在这边他提到说，好，很多人呢，尤其是情侣，特别喜欢选择露天电影院。
That's exactly right. So number one, look at the word couple. So when we say couple here, we mean two. We have two people that are dating. 不是 a couple of, 就是三四个的什么东西了。The drive-in theater used to be called the Passion Pit. Passion is like you have a lot of love, and they would like in this like kissy face, right? So it's because it was more private than a regular movie theater, and you couldn't play kissy face in front of your mom and dad. So the drive-in theater was very, very popular until I guess you can go kiss other places.
所以是一个非常好的一个，可以一边看电影，然后一边说卿卿我的那种感觉哈，非常非常适合。这是第一个部分。
对，
那再来第二部分，他说 since they could get some privacy， 这边讲的非常非常的婉转啊 ，privacy 当然是有隐私的关系，因为你在自己的车里面，你想干嘛都可以，没有人会跑到你们车来扣，哎，你们两个不可以这样，这样也太夸张了嘛。所以 you can enjoy some privacy here that an indoor theater didn't offer。可是你在电影院里头，你还要顾及到隔壁的观众跟后面的观众，你就不可能这样这么明目张胆的做这些事情。
When I go to the drive-in theater in America, I will say I've never seen any Passion Pit kissy face stuff. It was just like all families. It's just families hanging out and eating pizza and playing frisbee and like having fun. There was no like, ooh, I love you, baby stuff. Yeah, and so maybe the drive-in is different today.
没错，老师说他回到这个美国之后，去到这些汽车露天电影院，发现到多半都是家人整个家庭出来出游一起看，就比较没有机会看到很多那种情侣啊，在那边卿卿我说我爱你哦，这样比较没有了。也许这种文化呢，到现在已经比较少看得到了。
The drive-in theater I go to in Buffalo， 他们有那个 mini golf， 超好玩的，
啊，真的哦，
打 mini golf 看电影。
哦，这么好哦。
All right, let's get ready to take a break. Welcome back to Enjoy English School and our two-day article on the return of the drive-in. Let's start paragraph 3. Another concern for moviegoers in the late 1940s and early 1950s was the same as today. Serious diseases like polio and the flu were common.
好，接下来我们来看第三段这个地方，他说 Another concern for moviegoers in the late 1940s and early 1950s。先到这个地方，这整块我刚刚念的部分呢，就是这整句话的主词哦。Another concern 就是另外一个大家关注、关心，甚至有一点点担心的点。Concern 这个字的话，其实事实上是关切，甚至有点微微担忧的事情。好，在这句话题用 concern。另外一个大家会担心的事情，尤其是在1940年代到1950年代，好中间晚期1940几。后期到1950前期这段时间，可能刚好有很多的流行病，所以对于这些想要去电影院的这些电影爱好者来说呢，好，他们有一个 concern 这样的关注的担心的事情，什么呢 ？Was the same as today， 跟我们今天关注的事情一样。Serious diseases like polio and the flu were common。好，在这边讲的就是当初那段时间里头，有非常非常多的像小儿麻痹症或者是一些流感，当时非常非常流行。你去电影院的时候就有机会得到这些流行病。
So number 1, highlight the word the in front of the flu. 我们没有说 a flu, 要说 the flu. 另外一个 circle the P in polio. 这个感觉到 it's a name, right? But diseases usually do not capitalize their first letter except when it's an acronym. Something like HIV or COVID is all capital letters.
没错，所以这边的话特别注意一下 polio 这个字，小儿麻痹症，在这边的话都是小写的 ，P 也是小写。那很多时候，除非这种病症它本身是 acronym 意思就是指缩写字，很多字呢，比方说是病症，它如果说今天可以发出一个声音，比方说 AIDS 好了 AIDS，它是4个字，好，它是由后天免疫不全症候群。Acquire Immune Deficiency Syndrome 有组成的，所以它把字头变成了一个 AIDS， 这样的话叫做 acronym。所以在这边，如果你除非是 acronym， 好，才需要大写，或者像是 COVID-19 这个 COVID 这5个字母 COVID 都是要大写的，除非是这种情况，不然平常我们在提到病症的时候，像 polio 只要小写就好。
Families turn to drive-ins for a safe and clean family outing.
好，接下来就说了 ，families 就是许多的这种家庭啊、家族啊 ，turn to something for， 这会让我想到，比如说 I turn to Chris for help。如果说今天我找 Chris 帮我的忙 ，when you turn to someone for something， 就是你希望能够找到这个东西来帮助你，或这个人来帮助你。所以在这边你看到这句话，他说 Families turn to drive-ins for a safe and clean family outing， 意思就是今天家族本身要出游的时候，又要兼顾安全，要兼顾好玩，所以他们就会选择 turn to drive-ins， 就是这些汽车露天电影院。For 后面是接目的的嘛，目的就是要找到一个safe and clean family outing， 又安全，然后又非常非常干净，不会有机会得到病菌的这样的机会，让大家一起出游。
A family outing just means your family goes out together. We might also say a family event, E-V-E-N-T.
所以说家庭出游的话，你可以说 family outing。或者是 family event 来表达家庭一起出去玩的这种活动。
Since the outbreak of COVID-19, drive-ins have been making a comeback.
好，最后你想想看哦，当初在1940-50年代的时候，因为有一些当时的流行病，像是 polio 小儿麻痹症，或者是 flu 流感等等，好，因为这样而大流行。时至今日呢，我们有这些现在的这种疫情的肆虐，所以说你会发现到 ，since the outbreak of COVID-19， 因为新冠肺炎的关系，好，因为爆发了，所以呢，这些当初流行的汽车电影院呢，居然都慢慢回来了。Drive-ins have been making a comeback。Comeback 这个地方重音要放在 come。Comeback 就是再度卷土重来，大家又开始想要回去那个汽车露天电影院去一起看电影了。
So because drive-ins are pretty much just big parking lots, they have been very popular for socially distancing during this COVID-19 outbreak, especially in America.
没错，因为在美国的话，现在因为疫情的关系，很多人，尤其想想看，这个露天电影院就像是一个大停车场，你可以自己安心的在你自己的这个汽车里面去看电影嘛，所以也可以跟他保持很好的社交距离，也比较不容易得到这种疾病，所以这是一个非常好的选择。
High school graduations, weddings, any large gathering have been held in drive-in parking lots because people can still do things together while staying really far away because drive-ins have to be really big.
哇，所以说今天你想想看啊，不管是婚礼也好，或者甚至那种毕业典礼也好，还有其他大大小小的社交聚会也好，很多都是在这种露天汽车电影院所举办的，因为大家就可以聚在一起做一件事情，同时又能保持安全社交距离，真的是非常好的一个做法哦。
All right, just before vocabulary review, I just wanted to talk a little more about drive-in. So, usually when I go to America, I say I go to the drive-in 2 or 3 times. I always go with like my nephews and nieces And some of them are very young and some are like 14, 15. We always watch a family movie on the weekends.
所以说今天你回去美国的时候，偶尔会去个2-3次这种露天汽车电影院，往往呢是跟你的外甥啊、外甥女啊，他们年纪差不多是10几来岁这样子，然后一起去到这个地方去类似家族的活动，到那边一起去看电影。
But during the week, when there's usually a lot less people at the drive-in, the drive-ins will show some old classic movies that like Anthony and I and your teachers probably watched when we were young. And that is also one of my favorite things to do.
所以甚至有的时候他到了一些那种比较非热门时段的时候呢，有机会可以看到一些怀旧电影。那些电影差不多就是我跟 Chris 或者是像你们的老师那个年纪他们会看的一些电影，那种怀旧电影的时光。
Last year we watched I remember I watched Top Gun. I bought my favorite pizza in Buffalo. I bought a whole pizza for myself. No one wanted pizza except me.
Okay.
I bought a whole pizza and watched Top Gun.
Wow.
And had a wonderful time.
OK， 然后上次老师就说，去年的时候他回去看嘛，就刚好这怀旧电影的时候，他播的是《捍卫战士》，Tom Cruise 以前的作品。OK，
In the danger zone.
OK, I know that. I know. 太酷了，太酷了。
All right, let's get ready for vocabulary review. All right, here we go with vocabulary review. Number 1 is something in a row.
Something in a row 就是一次好几次，比方说什么three times in a row 就是一连3次，一连好几次的感觉。
Number 2, something is entertaining.
Something is entertaining 就是非常具有娱乐性。
And today, our last one, something peaks in popularity.
Peaks in popularity. Peak 就是到最高峰的意思，这边当动词使用。In popularity 就是人气到达了最高峰。
Don't miss us tomorrow where we have day 2 of our drive-in theater story for Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
第40页，休闲小站，露天汽车电影院强势回归。
The return of the drive-in. Drive-in theaters are exactly what they sound like. A movie theater that people drive their cars into. People then stay in their cars to watch the movie, or often 2 movies in a row, before driving away. Drive-in theaters are combined with drive-through snack bars or restaurants. It's a fun, convenient way to watch the latest movies. The first drive-in theaters appeared in the early 20th century, but they peaked in popularity between the late 1940s and the early 1960s. Going to a drive-in was an entertaining and comfortable way to spend an evening. The option was particularly popular for couples on a date, since they could get some privacy that an indoor theater didn't offer. Another concern for moviegoers in the late 1940s and early 1950s was the same as today. Serious diseases like polio and the flu were common. Families turned to drive-ins for a safe and clean family outing. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, drive-ins have been making a comeback.